I'm gonna try and explain here how to install a pre-slope in a shower floor. So the function of the pre-slope is so that when you install the liner of the shower, any water that gets in that liner will be directed towards the weep holes in the drain. So this is an important step. A lot of guys don't do it, but it really should be done, because any water that, if you don't install the pre-slope and you put the liner on a flat floor, any water that gets into the liner is just going to stay there, because it can't find its way into the weep holes of the drain. So this is a step that shouldn't be omitted. So anyway, so how do you accomplish this? First of all, you need to get some felt roofing paper, tar paper, and put it on the subfloor. And the reason you do this is because if you put the mud directly on the plywood, what the plywood will do is just absorb the moisture out of the cement and prematurely dry it out and make it weaker than it's supposed to be. So that's why you put the felt paper down. And then you put down some wire lath. And the reason you do this in this case is because at the drain it's going to be quite thin, and you need to reinforce it a little bit. So what kind of material do you use for the mud? I just usually use quick-crete sand topping mix. It's strong enough. It's actually richer than it really needs to be, but it works fine for showers. So the pitch has to be about 1/4 inch per foot. So at the drain you're going to have about 3/8 of an inch, and 1/2 inch. So every foot that the pitch moves away from the drain, it needs to be 1/4 of an inch higher than it is at the drain. So it can be more, but it shouldn't be less. So this is now the base that you put under here doesn't have to be perfect, because it's going to get covered by the liner, and then once you install the liner, then you're going to have another mud bed on top of that. So it just has to be pitched towards the drain. It doesn't have to be perfectly even all the way around. It just needs to be pitched towards the drain. I usually do a pretty good job of it because I've done a ton of them, so it's not but when it's your first time, if it's not perfect, this part isn't perfect, it doesn't really matter as long as it's evenly pitched towards the drain. So the way you do it is you mix your mud. You don't mix it too wet. And what I usually do when I'm doing a pre-slope, I usually get some kind of latex additive and mix it into the mud, so that it's a little bit stronger. And the reason I do this is because it's very thin at the drain, so you want it to be to withstand the abuse that it's going to get. So what you do is like you see what I'm doing here. I'm packing it under the drain. Oh, an important thing too is also before you put any mud in this area here, you want to cover your holes where your bolts go for the clamping part of the drain, and you want to cover the drain itself. Stick a rag in there, put some tape on it, so you don't get any mud going into the drain, and you don't get any mud clogging the holes of the bolts, the threaded bolts. So what you do is you just pack it down and make it higher at the perimeter than it is at the drain, and you want to get at least a slope of about 1/4 of an inch per foot. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Just pack it down, smooth it out, and just keep doing that. And then once you've done that, then you're gonna smooth it off with a finish trowel. Here I'm using a wood trowel to pack it in, and you want to make sure you get it nice to pack down so it's nice and strong. And then once you've got it all packed down and you got it all smoothed out, you just let it set. And once it's set, and you clean out all any residual sand or loose stuff, and then you can put your liner on top of it and start installing your install your liner, and then start installing your shower. But this is a step that shouldn't be left out. And so that's basically it.